right, here are the measurement tips. So you just grab a tape measure and you are going to take the measurements throughout your body. So we're going to start with the neck. You're going to take it in the center of your neck. So I'm going to recommend either have someone to help you or stand in front of a mirror, a full-length mirror, to be able to see the numbers. So what you're going to do is you're going to get right in the middle of your neck and you want to pull it nice and taut. Don't choke yourself, but what you want to do is you don't want to have a lot of slack in it, but obviously don't pull too tight. You just want it to be nice and snug. You check the number there and then you're going to note that down in your neck measurements. Second is your biceps. So I want you to give yourself a flex, and again, this is going to be where you want to either have help or have a mirror nearby. So what I like to do if I don't have help is I just kind of wrap it around where the biggest peak or the highest peak of your bicep, and make sure that it's nice and even. And then again, you're going to want to make it nice and taut, and you can flex and get that number as close without squeezing too much or pulling too much, but no slack, okay? And then you're going to take that number, go down to the waist. So you're going to take your narrowest part. See, we all have a narrowest part, and then we have the belly button. So again, you're going to go into the mirror. You're going to wrap it around that narrowest part and make sure it's nice and snug, and track that number and write that down, as well as the belly button, which is pretty easy to find. It's right there. So you're just going to take that, make sure it's all the way around, it's nice and even, okay? And you're going to go right at your belly button level and track that. Next, we're going to go into the hips. So, you want to find your hip bones, all right? So these are my hip bones. And what you want to do is wrap that tape measure around. Make sure you find where it starts and right at those hip bones, okay? So you want to wrap it all the way around. Make sure that it's even all the way around, so it's not, up on one end and down on the other side. And again, a mirror is going to help. I'm just showing you in this video, but I wouldn't do it like this. So I'm going to get it right around those hips, find that number, make sure it's nice and tight, taut. The butt. So from the side, what I want you to note in the mirror is the widest part of your booty, okay, which is a little bit lower than the hips. So you want to take that tape measure around the widest part, again, under your hips, wrap it around, find that number, make sure, again, you're not squeezing it tight like that, but it's not slack. You want to make sure it's nice and secure. Last but not least, we're going to get the thigh. So what I'm going to have you do is a little bit different than what we've usually done. So you're going to bring your leg up, and I'm just showing you so you can see, but you're going to honestly lift this leg off the floor, okay? And you're going to get your finger, your index finger, into the top of the knee where it's squishy. You're going to feel squishy, and you're going to come up and expand your thumb away as far as it can, and then get a pen, and I want you to make a mark, okay? If you don't make a mark, really hold on to that, because what we want to do is we want to make sure it's the same spot every single time. So I wrap around. You might have, maybe you do that distance with the thumb and the index finger, and maybe you have a blemish or you have a birthmark or something there that you're going to always remember, then that's going to be your baseline. Otherwise, you're going to do that and you're going to mark. After a while, you'll get to know that spot and track it. So that's how you do your measurements. You will be doing these quite regularly. We will be sending you your weekly assessment form, and you will take these and post them in, and we will see how you're doing. Any questions? Let us know.